Quickly now, we move to talent, talking talent, and talent is having a natural inclination towards a certain skill set. Creativity is having the ability to visualize something innovative and execute it. Every person is gifted with one ability or the other, and using them for the benefit of society will no doubt contribute to national development. Art is one of the most expressive forms of creativity, be it painting, sculpting, stage play, and other forms. And Nigeria is blessed with a pool of creatives changing the narrative. Well, joining me to talk about this and the essence to ensure that we groom more creatives is TVC news correspondent and lover of arts. He has written so many works, stage plays, talking about the person of Ola Awakan. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank
now,
you for
let's talk to us with the little time we have.
Okay.
Why it is necessary to, like we mentioned, we have this talent. How can we harness them to the benefit of the country? Because exploring it, we see a lot of youth who are interested, but perhaps do not have the opportunity to, understand how to find their talent, groom it, and make the best of it.
Okay. The creative industry generally is such a valuable, aspect or a sector that can make a society, a better one that can add to the development of any nation. Take, for instance, in 2016, the creative industry talk of the motion picture and the recording, and that's just an aspect of it, contributed over, over 1 trillion, naira to the GDP of the nation.
Wow.
And in 2017, going to South Africa, over, 5% was also contributed to the GDP of the country. So looking at this put together, we understand that the creative industry, talking of the theater, talking of music, talking of comedy and all the likes, they contribute a lot. And we can have people who are doing a lot in their own, small quarters. For instance, a few days ago, I was at Ajegunle to, witness a cultural festival. And you could see how, the youth there are saying that the theater, the art has helped them to move from social vices to contributing their quota to the development of the nation. You changed the life of one person, you've changed the life of more than 10 persons, because that one person would come around to also use his form of art to influence positively other people.
And that is what you have been doing.
And that is what I've been doing.
You have a program coming up today, right?
Yes.
And it's in collaboration with the Lagos State's Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. Talk to us about
yes,
that.
The Lagos State government, under the administration of the present Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, is doing a lot in terms of promoting the creative industry with the themes agenda. And one of it is collaboration with the private sector. A particular, amount has been set aside to assist, the private sector in the creative industry to ensure that they move to the next level. So this project, for instance, is called Theater Explosion, and it's for people from their different communities to come together and express themselves and form in the arts. There are 2 plays happening today at one of the theaters built by the former governor, that's the Lagos Theater, the one at Igondo. And that is, there's a play called Jacobinism, which young minds have been brought together to look at the values that a society needs, for them to actually make a better future. Then there's another play that is called A Flag to Follow. These 2 plays will be staged to let people know that the creative industry is alive in Lagos State, and the government is doing a lot to also support, people who are doing little by little in their little corners. Once you can show forth to the ministry that this is what I am doing and I need support to take it to the next level, you will be supported. So for people around that community, Igondo community, with that theater existing there, they can come there and enjoy the best of comedy, enjoy the best of drama, the best of dance. So this will be something that will be continuous, that people can always come together and partner with the ministry. And that is what I am passionate about, using the arts, using theater to, tell the positive narrative about our society.
Absolutely, which is a very, very, it's the right step rather in the right direction. And brings me to my next question.
Okay.
Yes, charity begins at home, but what are the plans to ensure that the society, we don't limit this to just Lagos, but perhaps take it across the country, telling the stories, engaging these young minds, such that, like you pointed out, the vices that we see a lot of youth engaging in, they can become hands that can be used creatively.
Yes, you know, for every society there are people manning, you know, a geographical setting. You know, for Lagos State, the Lagos State government is doing a lot. Now, for when we talk about the nation in general, then we'll be talking about the Ministry of, you know, Culture, Tourism, and all that.
Perhaps collaborating with states themselves, first of all.
Yes, collaborating with states, first of all. We can have all these creative minds. There are stakeholders in the creative industry. So these stakeholders, what they need to do first, because whatever you're doing and people are not knowing about what you're doing, even the government not knowing about what you're doing, they will believe nothing is happening.
Right.
But if you take forth whatever project you have in the creative industry towards the government, I know they believe that the contribution of the creative industry to the development of the nation is actually huge. And if your project is something that will help drive a positive narrative, for instance, if we can have a reasonable percentage of the youth using the art to promote tourism, using the art to promote, you know, good tidings for the nation, then the government would say, I want to, you know, I don't want to look towards that direction. So every right-thinking government will try to support any young mind that brings forth a concept or a program geared towards promoting the nation.
That is progressive,
through that's
basically.
Progressive in the art.
Thank you so much, Ola Awakan, for first the work you're doing.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for your time on the program.
Thank you for having me.